Good evening, girls. Today, our topic is infection and immunity. What is infection? Microorganisms are responsible for a wide range of diseases in plants and animals. The disease is disorder developed in an organism by harmful physiological changes. The causative agent of a disease is known as pathogen. You know very well what is pathogen. Pathogen is a causative agent of a disease. And the biological process of the establishment of the pathogen inside the organism is known as infection. What is infection? The biological process of the establishment of a pathogen inside the organism, plant as well as animal. This is called infection. The infection results in the development of visible or latent disease in an organism. Broadly speaking, infection is a process of interstruggle between organism, पैथोजन एंड होस्ट. टू ऑर्गेनिज्म के बीच में इंटर स्ट्रगल को हम क्या बोलेंगे? इन्फेक्शन. एंड दिस इनहेबिटिंग टू डिफरेंट एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस. The potential capacity of infection of a pathogen is known as its pathogenicity. The pathogenicity of a pathogen is its specific character, and it depends on the parasitic adaptation or capacity to life struggle of the pathogen. The term infection is a Latin word and comes from infectio. This is called to infect. infectio. Infectio, which meaning is to infect. And it signifies the sum of the biological processes which takes place in the body of the host after the penetration of the pathogenic microorganism. Independent of the fact whether the microbe will cause a disease or not. आजकल बहुत चल रहा है माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. कोरोना माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म ही है, वायरस. और ये किस तरह से डिसीज़ कॉज कर रहा है आपको मालूम ही है. Thus, infection is the establishment of a pathogenic microorganism within the host following its entrance. There are many steps regarding infection. First of all is entrance of pathogen into the host. The place of entry of pathogen in the body of the host is important for the occurrence and kind of disease. Certain microbes cause disease only if they enter the body of the host through a specific path. Typhoid bacteria are harmful if they enter the body through mouth. For example, when dysentery bacilli enters the body through wound, they do not cause any harm. But if it's allowed through, they might to be fatal. So then we comes to growth and multiplication of pathogen in the host. After having gained access of the body of the host successfully, होस्ट की बॉडी मिल जाती है यदि पैथोजन सक्सेस हो जाता है एंट्री में, द पैथोजन सिक्रेट सेवरल केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस लाइक एंजाइम्स एंड टॉक्सिन्स. These substances cause physiological, morphological, and anatomically abnormalities in the body of the host. Some pathogens also secrete such substances which protect them from the lytic enzymes produced by the host. The enzymes and toxins secreted by pathogen kill and drive away leukocytes of the host. Thereafter, the pathogen gets an opportunity to grow in the host. ल्यूकोसाइट्स को पहले अटैक करता है, उनको मारता है, उनको ख़त्म करता है, एंड देन पैथोजन गेट्स एन अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ग्रो इन द होस्ट. क्योंकि ल्यूकोसाइट्स का काम ही क्या है आप लोग जानते हो. देन टॉक्सिसिटी ऑफ माइक्रोब्स. व्हाट इज द टॉक्सिसिटी ऑफ द माइक्रोब्स? The pathogens secrete some poisonous substances which are harmful to the host but helpful in the disease development into the body. Such substances are called toxins. The toxins do not break the structural entity of the host but cause a minor change in the metabolism. The potency of the toxin is an important factor in the establishment of the disease. The toxins may be exotoxins or endotoxins. Two types of toxins are there, endo or exo. Exotoxins are proteinous, highly toxic and diffusible substances which microbes secrete in the host tissue, circulatory system, etc. They lose their toxicity when heated or treated chemically and form toxoid. What is endotoxins? Endotoxins are less toxic and consist of glucoside lipoproteins. They are relatively more heat stable and do not form toxoid. They are usually located in the cell wall and are liberated only after the cell disintegrates. They generally play a contributed rather than a primary role in causing diseases and are mainly responsible for many of the symptoms. Many pathogens, particularly gram-negative bacteria, produce endotoxins. Beside toxins, virulence of microbes also depends on extracellular cellular enzymes produced by them. Several type of cocci, Clostridia and some other bacteria produce the enzyme which help the pathogen to penetrate the tissues of the host by hydrolyzing, like lecithinase produced by Clostridium perfringens destroyed various tissue cells and is especially active in the lysis of red blood corpuscles. The virulence of pathogenic bacteria also depends on the presence of capsular pili. The increased virulence of capsulated strain is due to the ability of capsular polysaccharide in preventing phagocytosis by host leukocytes. Presence of pili helps the pathogen to attach to the surface of the host cells and tissues, thus enhancing the virulence of the pathogen. There are many factors, and next one is doses. This factor is establishing infection is a quantitative one. Under normal condition, the larger the dose of the infected microbes, the larger the chances of infection. Next factor is defense mechanism of the host. Defense, बचाव की क्या प्रक्रिया है of the host? All organisms show resistance towards pathogens, and as such the host resists the effects of pathogen by active or passive activities. The resistance of the organism towards a specific pathogen depends upon the environmental condition and the genetic constitution of the host. The defensive mechanism of the host determines the extent of infection and severity of the disease. According to manifestations, infection may be acute or chronic, obvious or latent, mixed or secondary. Acute infections are characterized by the sudden onset and a comparatively short course. ये आप लोग देख ही रहे हैं. Typical symptoms do not appear in the latent infection, and in some cases infection causes a weakening of the body of the host, which then becomes susceptible to other diseases. This is known as secondary infection. This is known as secondary infection. For example, after meals or influenza, the body becomes susceptible to pneumonia. Now comes to immunity. What is immunity? आजकल आप बहुत सुन रहे हैं इम्यून सिस्टम किसका स्ट्रांग होगा वही डिसीज़ को फेस कर सकता है. व्हाट इज़ इम्यूनिटी? ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है बॉडी के लिए. व्हाट इज़ इम्यूनिटी? द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द होस्ट टुवर्ड्स अ पैथोजेनिक माइक्रोब and its toxin is known as immunity. The degree of resistance depends on the defense mechanism of the host. Defense mechanism of the host and virulence and doses of the pathogen. So what is immunity? The resistance of the host towards a pathogen or pathogenic activities. Immunity can be classified into two groups: natural, heritable, or non-specific immunity. This type of immunity is hereditary and is passed from one generation to the next. For example, human beings are immune to cattle plague, and cattle are immune to disease like cholera and measles. The natural immunity may occur at racial and individual level. At individual level, the resistance depends on several factors such as age, nutrient status, occupation, health, and personal hygiene. Young ones and aged are more susceptible to disease. Infants are protected from many diseases from birth to 6 months owing to the presence of the maternal antibodies in the blood. In the aged person, there is a natural decline in the immune response to infection, and this is why they become more susceptible to some diseases such as pneumonia. और आजकल आप देख ही रहे हैं कोविड के लिए सीनियर सिटीजन्स के लिए नेक्स्ट एक्वायर्ड और स्पेसिफिक इम्यूनिटी. द एक्वायर्ड इम्यूनिटी may be following of two type: natural acquired immunity or artificial acquired immunity. Natural acquired immunity is the host acquires this type of immunity naturally during the course of its lifetime. And artificial acquired immunity, the host acquires this type of immunity during the course of lifetime by artificial means. Natural acquired immunity, again it's of two type: natural active immunity and the natural passive immunity. This is the resistance which is developed as a result of some disease or through recovery from a disease. For example, the host develops immunity for the disease like smallpox, diphtheria after subjecting them. And natural passive immunity is this type of resistance is found in the newly born child, acquired from the mother through the placenta. For example, the child born by mother immune to tetanus also show resistance toward this disease. Then comes to artificial acquired immunity. Again, it's of two type: artificial active immunity, active passive immunity. This type of immunity is developed by vaccination made by dead organisms or pathogens. The toxin thus entering the body stimulates the production of immunity. Artificial passive immunity is the immunity is developed through the infection or immune serum present in already immunized organism. Then today I have told you all about infection or and immunity.